Ministers present and the colleagues. First of all, I will thank the people of Busumbala Constituency for giving me the opportunity to represent their interests and their voice in this August Assembly. Honorable Speaker, we have numerous problems that affect the people of Busumbala constituency. We'll start with the road networking. Honorable Speaker, we have a village like Kubariko, Makumbaya, Kunkujang, Mandinaring, and there is a road network that crosses these villages, but it is under construction. But during this rainy season, it is very difficult for it to be motorable. As a result, businesses and other engagements were halt during this time. We urge the minister responsible for works to make it a priority for this area, connect essential, villages that link from the airport down to Mandinaring, where you have these villages. Honorable Speaker, in the area of agriculture, we have predominantly women within Busumbala constituency gardeners. You have Busumbala garden, where they call Young Farmers Garden, and you have Yundum Garden, you have Banjulinding, Mandinaring, Kirawan, and Daranga. They all have these women gardens, But Honorable Speaker, the constraints the women face in those gardens are lack of water, and also the pipes that they use to run those waters to access their crops. Also, they face a lot of problems on that, especially in the Banjulinding. Honorable Speaker, Banjulinding has a women garden that is a very large area. The dimension is huge, and the women that are currently working in that garden is close to 150 women. But they have a constraint in water. That is, they are borehole, they have a tank, but that tank is leaking as we speak. I even took some partners from Norway to go and assess that tanks, whether they can give a helping hand. So we urge the Minister of Agriculture for their intervention, because we believe if women are empowered in their garden, it is going to have a positive impact in our, even in our diet, balanced diet, and also it will be a source of income generation for them, and that will go a long way to make sure that they will become self-sufficient. In fact, supporting their children who are in school. Honorable Speaker, we look at the area of health. Yundum have a health post, Lameng have a clinic, Banjulinding have a health post, Busumbala also have a private clinic. Honorable Speaker, we will want the minister responsible for health to prioritize this community, this constituency, because we have about 42 registered voters, and when you come to look at that, you come and look at the population of Busumbala constituency, it will go up to 50-something or 60-something people, 1,000 people. So we want, Honorable Speaker, we want the Minister of Health to prioritize the upgradement of this health center, especially that of Banjulunding and Yundum, at least to be a hospital, to have a hospital status, so that our people can have that quality facility of health. Honorable Speaker, I now go to general issues affecting our country. We'll start with the issue of protest. Honorable Speaker, it is a fundamental human right it's a constitutional right for people to go out and protest. If you look at Section 25 of our Constitution, subsection D and E of the Constitution require people to have a freedom of association and assembly, as well as a freedom to protest peacefully. Honorable Speaker, it is unfortunate that the President can make a statement on his arrival from United States that people who wanted to protest are UDP supporters. That is unfounded and is a very irresponsible statement from a statesman. Honorable Speaker, I will urge the Inspector General of Police to make sure that he grants permission to people who are planning to protest, because it's their constitutional right. And we believe the Inspector General of Police have the whole intent to deny the people who wanted to protest, because he denied their permit. But for the security of this country and for the nurturing of our young democracy, we urge the Inspector General of Police to make sure that he grant them permit to protest and also give them security during the type of the protest. Honorable Speaker, we are aware of Section 5 of the Public Order Act, that requires the protesters or will-be protesters to request a permit from the Inspector General of Police. But even that, it was there for the Inspector General of Police to be notified, and also in that notification for him to know that they are going to use a public address system. Honorable Speaker, the much talk about airport security fee, I still, want to believe that this is a tax, because the government, the President himself have confirmed it. This fee is for development of the Gambia. So it's a tax that has been imposed on citizens of this country without coming through the National Assembly for usual approval. So we are saying this is not correct, and the government should not have engaged or imposed tax on people without the notification and approval from the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, we look at we also look at these persons with disability. Honorable Speaker, Gambia have ratified the Convention on Rights of Persons with Disability, which make provision of their health status. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Member for Banjul Central did state that he went to the disabilities their place and find that, they are in a very, needy situation. So we urge the government to come to the aid of the disabilities, as they are persons with differently able and special needs that they need to be attended to. Honorable Speaker, I also want to speak on the side of the victims. As we all know, the TRRC have made his findings and conclusions and recommendations on issues surrounding the Commission. Honorable Speaker, hence, since they have tabled their report before the government, the Minister of Justice did also government has come with a white paper, and that white paper still there is no implementation. So we often ask the minister about this, the implementation phases of this TRRC report, but yet still they haven't started any implementation report. We want to have a roadmap on these implementation phases so that it can start now, because victims have been suffering for so long and they have been patient for so long. We are not saying only prosecution. Those who bear the greatest responsibility must face the law. But supposing there are many ways of, many ways of implementation, we understand there is a way of reconciliation too, and we should see that started now, and there is reparation also. So those are things that that should not have taken a time. Government should have endeavored to make sure that he engaged, set up that reconciliation office so that we can see citizens of this country being reconciled, set up reparation commission so that we can see the victims have started enjoying or having some money, and also prosecution, for those who bears the greatest responsibility of committing criminal offenses. Also, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I will also talk little about the financial situation of this country. Honorable Speaker, I did ask the Honorable Minister of Finance to tell us about the finance situation of this country in 2022. And he have given us that the collection of funds that have been mobilized within that time. And he also went ahead to tell us the methods and methodologies, or what he intends to deploy for the effective mobilization of the fund, that is IFMI's project. But before then, we want the Honorable Minister of Finance to make sure that he look closely to his fund mobilization units, that is the GRA